You guys ready to watch some volcano shit? I'm ready. I want to get through as many videos as possible today and try to start gaming at 9, and then we can just sort of chill and get through some stuff. But I want to catch up with stuff. Fuck yeah, volcanoes. Alright. So, what if we dumped our trash into volcanoes? This seems like a really bad idea, but I'll let this guy explain it better than I could. I like these kinds of videos. Whoa!
A volcano is one of the most unforgiving natural phenomenons on Earth.
Yeah.
If you were to fall into its magma-filled center, your body would quickly bubble up and disappear without a trace. So, if they're so good at getting rid of things, why aren't we using them to get rid of our garbage? Has anyone tried it before? How would we transport all...
There's your thing right there, Bridges.
Has anyone tried it before? How would...
See, they were trying to push that phone into it, and it stayed on. It's liquid rock. And the exterior, when it's a little darker like that, it's basically just really hot solid rock. You really would just roll around on top on fire, and you would boil alive. It sounds awful. Do I have a favorite volcano? You know, I've actually never thought of that.
Would we transport all our trash to them? And what dangers would be involved? This is What If. And here's what would happen if we dumped our trash into volcanoes. Americans alone generate about 254 million tons of trash per year. And although dumping it into volcanoes might sound like the perfect way to get rid of it, it wouldn't be that easy. Volcanoes might look like nature's garbage incinerators, but in reality, they're much more dangerous and unstable. Not to mention, a lot harder to get to. Would overcoming these obstacles be worth it? Or would dumping our trash in volcanoes just cause even more harm to our planet?
Oh yeah.
The first obstacle in our quest for volcanic garbage disposal would be finding an active volcano that can get the job done.
You wouldn't sink
There are
in it,
only
though.
about 1,500 potentially active volcanoes worldwide, and most of them aren't located anywhere near humans, for obvious reasons. That means getting all our trash to an active volcano could turn out to be pretty expensive. And once we get there, we might find out it's not even the right kind of active volcano. The kind of volcano we'd be looking for is called a shield volcano, a slow erupting variety that contains the iconic lava lakes that gradually spew out onto the Earth. Unfortunately, these aren't very common. You're more likely to come across their angry cousins, known as stratovolcanoes.
Ugh.
Stratovolcanoes are known for their explosive eruptions, caused by the buildup of pressure from hot gas and magma. In other words, they're probably not the safest location for the town dump. But let's say we're lucky enough to find ourselves a nice active shield volcano. Before we worry about the logistics of getting our trash there, let's figure out if it's even a good idea to dump it inside. If you were one of the first waste collectors
I guess into
hired
that
to
kind
drive up to
you'd
the
be able
vent
to
of a
go in.
volcano,
Yeah, that, you're right about this kind. It's churning, sort of like, actually, you know what, there's this place I used to go hiking years ago. There was a bridge, and there was a river that went through it, and when the water came down, it made like a, what's, like a it's like turbulence that goes around and around, and it would suck stuff down. I guess if it's bubbling up like that, you would potentially be able to get turbulated down. It's not like a whirlpool, though. It's not like a whirlpool. It's turbulent in this way, not this. That's cool, Sean.
you'd quickly start to question your career choices.
Yeah, I
The
wouldn't
vent
want
of
to
a
be
volcano
next to a
is a
volcano.
treacherous environment full of poisonous
Oh,
gases, lava splatter, and projectile rocks. And things only get worse once you start throwing stuff inside. In 2002, a group of Ethiopian researchers threw a 30-kilogram bag of trash into a volcano, and the results were explosive. Lava lakes are unstable, so if you pierce their surfaces with something cold like trash, you'll trigger a chain
Terrifying.
reaction of explosions involving pressurized and acidic steam. So can you imagine how big these explosions would be if you threw an entire nation's trash in there? Well, to put it in perspective, rock falls into lava lakes in Hawaii have sent lava 85 meters into the air, so it'd probably look something like that.
That's horrifying.
Even if you could safely get your
Oh my
trash
God, why
into
are
the
you so
volcano,
close to
you'd
it?
still have to
No.
worry about all the air pollution created by burning our waste without filters. Plus, not all materials will completely break down in lava, which means that the polluting remnants could erupt out and contaminate the surrounding landscape. Not ideal if you were hoping to burn nuclear waste, for example.
Oh my God.
Add these environmental impacts on top of the fact that shipping all our trash to these volcanoes would significantly increase the carbon footprint of the waste disposal,
Yeah, it would.
and the whole thing looks like a terrible idea. If we're going to burn our trash, why not at least do it someplace where we can use the heat released through incineration to create new sources of energy? Or instead, maybe we could just shoot our garbage out into space.
We can't.
Surely there can't be any harmful effects
Yeah.
there, right? Well, that's a topic for another What If.
Yeah, we already watched the whole. Well, I at least watched a video about shooting nuclear waste into space. It's a bad idea. It's a really bad idea. Volcanoes are too dangerous. That's true. Yeah, no, shooting radioactive waste into space is incredibly dangerous. For many reasons. Many, many reasons. Artificial black holes. I mean, no, absolutely not. In a nutshell, why is it so dangerous to nuke waste into space? Seems foolproof to you. Well, one, it's a lot more difficult to actually escape Earth's gravity or the solar system's gravity than you might think. It would require a significant amount of fuel to get it even remotely in. Like, even if you try to shoot it directly, like straight out, the gravitational pull will eventually bring it inwards, might rocket it straight back to Earth. There's also like around the solar system there is sort of like is a magnetic field the correct term? It would actually be incredibly difficult to get out of our own solar system. I forget what the exact term is. Heliosphere. I'm not sure if heliosphere is the right word. Maybe. Second of all, it requires a lot of fuel itself just to get off the planet to start. A lot of rockets also explode. Like a few rocket launches every single year explode in the atmosphere. What happens when a rocket explodes that has nuclear waste in it? So then you've got nuclear waste debris all in the atmosphere being carried on the wind. And we also produce so much nuclear waste that to be able to keep up with all the nuclear waste, it would require a significantly higher amount of rockets that we send up every single year in the first place. The amount of rockets that go up into space for other things doesn't even remotely cover the amount of nuclear waste we produce every single year. We are pretty much trapping ourselves on Earth with all the space debris up there. It's true. We've already got like basically a shell of garbage floating around Earth. And while a lot of it does indeed come back into the atmosphere and burn up, I mean, that's still not very ideal. We can't track every single piece of space junk out there. Have you seen how much damage, like, a bolt can do? Going at friggin' 17,000 kilometers a second out there? It's insane. Imagine if a whole friggin' ship blew up out there. What? It's almost dinner time. Can't be worse than Run It Island, the place where the US dumps all its waste that's now leaking into the ocean. Oh yeah, that's great. Cool stuff. Still a slab of concrete, detachable rocket. All bow to the wisdom of a better. Well, I watched a video. I watched the video that explained why it's a bad idea, and then I watched a video of a nuclear physicist reacting to that video and explaining what she knows about it. It was all very interesting. Well, there's the thing, though, Bridges. What goes around comes around. And orbits out in our solar system, I mean, I don't know, it will come back. Maybe not in our lifetime, but do we really want to do that to our planet? Not really. There's an awful lot of things that we can't do. Right now, it seems like the best option for nuclear waste is to reuse it when possible, or just bury it, which sucks. I don't know. Honestly, I feel like there's no real good, like, long-term thing for humans to do. There's just too many people. There's way too many humans. We use too much plastic, or if we go back to using paper, then we're chopping down too many trees. There's just nothing good that comes of us. You know, apparently we need electricity to live our lives. Yeah, so my plan is just live out the rest of my life and then die. Be mindful of what I do when I can. Yeah, well, it doesn't really suck to be human, but it sucks to be human in the future, or sucks to be other animals that are affected by us. I'd say we're doing... Well, it sucks to be humans in certain places in the world, that's for sure. That is true. Some places of the world have it really bad. See, us in, like, Europe, North America, some of the more other modern places in, like, Asia and whatnot, they're very lucky, where we get to deal with very minimal repercussions. Like, oh no, maybe we don't get this kind of fruit for a couple years because there's some catastrophe somewhere. Like, oh man, can't eat that fruit now. Oh, sucks to be me. There are a lot of other places in the world that are so way more heavily affected than us. Think of like in Indonesia. They're moving their capital because it's literally flooding and sinking. They are rebuilding their capital city on higher ground because their capital city is going underwater. They have to relocate everyone in their capital city. Think of that. I feel like we've got it pretty easy. Just saying. We've got it pretty freaking easy. Like, that's something that's happening right now. Can't they float it like Venice? No. Absolutely not. No. Jakarta is not Venice. Anyways, let's move on to the next video.